Hey gang, what is going on? Ryan, Keith, and myself here to talk about one of our latest addictions, which we should not play as much as we do, and that is WWE Supercard. This game is free, but it's taken over our lives just a little bit too much. So here we are to just sort of talk about it, why we like it so damn much, why is it so addicting, and why we went back to playing it, because this game actually came out back in August 2014. And when it originally came out, I actually did a video about that, but we sort of stopped playing it. So with Ryan first, what was your first impression when it first came out?
When it first came out, I thought it was a very fun, addictive game. It's really quick game, so you can kind of drop in and play whenever you want. And yeah, so it's very convenient to just kind of use it as filler when you're kind of bored, waiting in line for something or whatever. And I kind of fell off of the original, like, season 1 version because at some point I kind of plateaued and I felt like the rewards weren't enough for the amount that you were kind of putting in. It was very, very rewarding at the beginning, and then you kind of just hit a point. And I think my team ended up with like 3 super rare Vince McMahon. So it's like I could only win charisma fights a lot of the times, and it was kind of hurting my team. It was crazy. I couldn't get any other super rare other than Vince McMahon.
I had like 3 Eric Rowan, so.
Yeah, so I eventually, like, when I felt like I wasn't getting enough rewards for the work I was putting in, I kind of fell off of it.
Yeah, pretty much same here. I started Supercard basically at the beginning and really enjoyed it. It was very fun, like Ryan said, very quick. It's very easy to get a couple games in, and then eventually 2 games turns into 20 games, and all of a sudden you put 2 hours into Supercard.
Battery life is gone.
Exactly, and but yeah, I eventually hit a plateau where I wasn't really getting many rewards, and it just felt like I was just kind of spinning my wheels, and it's very easy to drop off of a game, at least for me, when I start to feel that way. So I just kind of put it down, and then recently somebody brought it up again, and I can't stop.
Yeah,
I just can't stop.
So in my case, it was
Help
the
me.
same, where when it first came out, I was addicted nonstop. I think the problem was that the game didn't have enough upgrade mechanisms, so unless you got better cards, you just have to keep playing. And when you're playing for 30 minutes and you see the same cards popping up and it didn't matter how much you're upgrading, it just felt like maybe if you put $5 in, you will get a card. That's when I hit uninstall. Now, over a year later, almost 2 years later, the game got a lot of updates, and I saw a couple of videos of people playing it. I saw a couple of tweets. Some people were tweeting at us like, hey, the game got a nice upgrade. You should check it out. Now, within the changes, which there are a lot of them, one of them is that the cards can actually be upgraded more than just the level. So before, it was all about, you know, you have a rare that can go up to level 15 or whatever, and that was it. But now you can apply buffs that are temporary, right? So you can apply that. Anybody that maybe is not a fan of card games, this may all seem a little bit weird, but I'm assuming other games have followed this pattern. I believe this company that makes Supercard has made a similar game for NBA or something else. I know there's something else out there that's pretty similar. But
Seems legit.
What have you guys liked the most about it now that you went back to playing it?
Honestly, the fact that there are more game modes, because before, especially in Season 1 when we originally played, there was just Exhibition and King of the Ring. And I hate King of the Ring. It's basically this multiple day thing where your cards are locked in and then you slowly grind it out. Maybe grind isn't the right word because the matches automatically happen, but it's just this tournament that happens over a long period of time. And there was just that happened in the background, and then there was exhibition matches, and then that's just like, here's a best of 3, go to town. But now they have all these different modes where that is still the core of the game, but now they have this ring domination mode, which is almost like a hybrid between tic-tac-toe and the card game in Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, so good.
They have they have teams now. They have guilds where you like team up with other people, and then you can use their cards. So say you're in a team with other people, and like you're losing a bunch, and then there's a team event, and the rest of your team has better cards. Well, they can kind of help you get better cards by using theirs, or you being able to use theirs to win, and that way it upgrades yours. There's a more clear upgrade path, and it happens a lot faster, I've noticed as well, because I've probably put about the same time in now as of the recording of this video that I did when I originally played Supercard, and I have much better cards than I did at that time, so you definitely get upgrades a lot faster. And then there's just all those modes, all of those like interactive features. It's way better now, and it's great.
Yeah, exactly. The team and like the weekly events, and sometimes it's more than one event a week. There's always some other event besides King of the Ring and Exhibition going on.
Yeah.
And the rewards are very good, especially there's the People's Champion event where you kind of just grind out the similar to Exhibition, but if you're in a top percentage, like if your rank is above a certain point, you get very, very good rewards. So there's a lot more motivation to grind out that Exhibition style. And they have the other modes. There was a group one where we all had to work together basically to shatter all these like shards and unlock
that was ring domination.
Ring domination, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was part of the ring domination, was unlocking those shards or whatever, right? Yep. That was the same
exactly,
mode.
yeah.
But yeah, it's cool because we were all like typing in the little team chat, like, come on, we're close, like, let's do this.
Update your decks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, keep your deck updated and stuff. But yeah, like Keith said, we put in about the same time as season 1, and we all have like way, way better decks. I don't think any of us got above a super rare in season 1, and now we have like ultra rares, epics, and more. I mean, I don't have an epic yet, but I'm getting there.
And the game's grown a lot. I mean, you actually did a video where you can buy these super tokens at a GameStop. And
I think I got one laying around right here.
Oh my goodness. It's already been used, people, so don't worry about it.
The code's used up.
Yeah, it's
try all you want.
Just show it to the world.
Yeah.
But
use it. I don't care.
Yeah. But the fact of the matter is the game is apparently big enough to where they can put this up. That costs like what, $7, is it?
Yeah. It's not really worth it, guys. Because originally I thought, I get an ultra rare, and then whoever I share it with, you can share up to like 3 other people or 4 other people. They get ultra rares. No, they get a super rare version of it. So kind of sucks.
Yeah, I think what's really good about the game is that you have a lot of progression. There's always something happening. I think the mixture of the events and the teams are really good. Although the problem is we have a team called Press Pause because my wife and I do have this Press Pause gaming channel there. So check that out if you want to check that out. But you only have 10 slots there, so it fills up really quickly. But it's understandable because it's manageable. There are some events where, like as Keith mentioned, you use sometimes Ryan's card, but then the next round will be I'm using Keith's cards or a mixture of both. So having like a 50-person team, if everybody doesn't play equally, you're going to have a legendary card, which is something that is way higher stat. Like, for example, on screen, you see this edge here on the right. You compare it to another card let's see here. You see the Seth Rollins, for example. You can combine cards. You can pro cards. There's a reason to continue playing, and they've made it a social experience, so that's really awesome. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be playing this because the same thing happened last time where we were addicted for a little while, but as you guys have said, we've far exceeded our previous decks. So considering you guys have played a lot of Hearthstone, do you see yourself playing this long-term so far?
I think so. I think it can easily be my mobile game. I always like having 1 or 2 games on my phone that I can just open up where, like, say I'm waiting in line somewhere. And I can see this new iteration of Supercard taking that place. There's in my mind, there is good free-to-play games and there's bad free-to-play games. The games where you can progress. You can progress and feel like you're always moving forward without having to put in money, and then money just accelerating that process. I consider that to be a good free-to-play game, opposed to, like, hey, you hit this hard wall, now put in money to progress, that would be a bad form of free-to-play game. I think WWE Supercard has moved from that bad style into the good style, where you're always, question, besides those tokens, have you guys put money into the game at all?
No.
Nope.
So one thing I was going to say, though, is if you actually look at how much money you have to pay to get some of the better card packs, it is grossly overpriced, and I think
it is. But at the same time, you don't have to. Like, you can get those cards;
absolutely.
they're
I'm just
obtainable
saying,
without putting it in.
In comparison to some other free-to-play games, I think they're asking a lot for how much you get for some of the cards in this. I understand that, buying a pack of cards in a game like Hearthstone, where your deck consists of 30 cards, you can make it be cheaper than a Supercard. You only have like a 6-card team or something like that. So every card you get is definitely more important than other like trading card games. So I can see that angle to it.
Yeah, Supercards become really valuable. I've actually got 2 games installed on my phone right now. One is Supercard, the other one is Final Fantasy Record Keeper. So any Final Fantasy fans out there,
Record Keeper's a good game.
Yeah, it's really it's a little too good. And the problem is that whenever I want to play that, I end up playing Supercard, which says a lot about Supercard.
Yeah.
So
one thing that with Supercard though, that, we'll have to see, because, am I going to keep playing it? Yes, for the time being, because it helps that there's always something to strive for to improve your deck. And of course, the weekly events are definitely a way to kind of keep interactions between friends and stuff interesting. The question is, when I get to that sort of end game, when you have, a very, very good deck filled with all like the WrestleMania tier cards or Superstar and, I forget what I think WrestleMania is
Survivor,
like the end all be all
WrestleMania,
tier. Yeah. So when you get a deck full of all of that, like what is the point of continuing to play?
Right.
I don't know.
I haven't gotten
that far in the game yet. So
More cards.
it's called Season 3. It's called Season 3 actually, and then Season 4 and 5, and until we die.
It never stops, man. It never stops.
Never stops. Yeah. Overall, we've had a lot of fun with Supercard. You guys that follow us on Instagram, we continue to post our deck updates there. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, I should say, make sure you do so and share your decks with us on social media on Byte That Cast on the comments section. Keith, that is kind of freaky, but it's perfectly adequate. Now,
send us your deck pics, people.
Yes, your deck with an E. Like that E is really like look. That's kind of an E, right?
The most crucial part of this video.
Make sure it's a flattering angle.
Indeed.
Oof. Okay, so before we go out,
gotta make Roman look strong.
If you're still watching this, and if you're not subscribed, join the family. Check out the podcast available every single Tuesday night, because we don't just talk about Supercard. We talk about WWE Raw every single Tuesday night. We got the pay-per-view talk. Sometimes we have reviews. We have Fight Night. We have Top 10s. We have Ryan doing a Macho Man Randy Savage promo, which he hopes becomes one of the least viewed videos on the channel. But Keith and I haven't stopped for life to make sure that video is brought up as much as it can possibly be. So if you look at Ryan's face right now, you need to see that. So thanks a lot for watching. Any ideas for Supercard videos, let us know, because we don't know. But if you guys want to see it, we can make it happen. So until next time, thank you for watching, and we will be back with tons more right here on Byte That.